What's up, family? How you doing? This your boy. This is your boy Gerald. It is 22nd of October 2014. How is everybody doing? I hope that your week thus far is going as you would like it to be. But we all know that there's a way of upsets and drama and excitement that always seems to try to shake us up. I'm putting this out right now. I know normally I'm like, hey, you'll see me on the weekend. But I felt that it's very important that I put this out. I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. See, the energy that you're feeling right now is that heart. Yeah, you know that thing that tick-tocks in and out. You know that thing that sustains you to be able to not only hear what I'm saying, but to actually visualize what you see on your screen, what you see on your mobile phone, what you are able to tap in on that tablet, or any way that you're able to receive it. And with that being said, I want to give thanks, and I am truly humble for each and every one of you allowing me just a second, just a moment into your life. You know, I'm a firm believer nothing happens by chance. It's by divine orchestration by your higher power. I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ. But I am humbled to know he is one of many names. So, how you doing? I hope you're doing fine. But this message is going out to someone. Maybe you, maybe someone you might know, maybe someone that your heart beats a certain way for and you feel their energy. You may be seeing someone that's got you shook because you don't know if they're coming or going, and all you want to do is ensure that they are okay, that they are making sound decisions for themselves. See, I'm a firm believer that when you make the conscious decision to love yourself, not only are you given tools to navigate your life, but you'll also come to a place where there's a responsibility for your destiny. Now, you know me, I'm going to always claim this, and I would like to believe this is true. See, it doesn't matter where you came from, because you can't get yesterday back. You know, I keep telling everybody, I give $1,000 for the first person that can bring back yesterday. Well, we don't have that power, but we do have free will, now don't we? So, how much is your life worth? How much is it? Some of you may be going through situations right now where you're seeing the roads that you have traveled on, the bumps, the potholes, the debris, and ironically, they all start off smooth, but they all end up in a dead end, only for you to turn around and backtrack where you once were. But I'm here to tell you, where you once were, that's where fear lived. Where you once were, that's where negativity was spawned. Where you once were, creativity could not be forged. And sadly, where you were, love did not exist. So I'm here to tell you, have courage. Now, it is very imperative that I put this out Because there's a lot of people that are shook right now. There's a lot of people that they're waking up in their reality and they don't know how they got there. I'm giving this message to you because I done been there. And my steps going to always remain humble. No matter what you're going through. No matter if you're in a spiritual storm or you're in a season. Just know, the moment that you humble yourself and initiate your relationship with your higher power, I know him as my Lord Jesus Christ, he is the beacon to guide you to where you need to be. But let's put this in a better perspective. The person that you are destined to be will not know who you are now. So it's very important that the decisions that you make today, they are calculated. They are discerned. And they are methodical. It is very important that you make this decision today to see your worth. Even if that means you got to walk away. Even if that means you have to tap into a level of courage, which everything that you need is found here. I keep trying to tell y'all that. I know somebody right now, I feel this right now. You're saying, well, Gerald, I hear what you're saying. But it's not you that has to lay in a bed that's cold on one side. It's not you that has to go to that job that you know it's toxic. The people are not on your level. Not because you look at it from a arrogant standpoint, but you know that you do not fit in that environment. I'm here to tell you, you're being shown these things because these are the things that still exist inside your heart. The things that you desire. If there's no love in it, if there's no compassion in it, if there's no empathy in it, guess what? It has already been stamped with an expiration date. That's why shallowness does not work. That's why deception does not work. That's why being spiteful does not work. But you know what? Even in those three negative things that I have pointed out, guess what? These are all three things that spawn an experience of reflection. You know how people say, when you get tired of being tired, you do something different. But if you keep doing the same thing, thinking you're going to get a different result, that's nothing but insanity. So it's very important that you love yourself. It's very important that you govern your environment. If your environment brings nothing but drama, brings nothing but the things you do not want, does not have the means to spawn what you need. You know what I'm saying? Those things you need. You feel it here. It makes your heart skip a beat. Those things are pure. And guess what? When you have the courage to, okay, I'm going to keep it 100. If you're in a position where you feel that your life is just not working out, well, guess what? Maybe this is the moment that you see that you need to take accountability for your life. You know, everybody's got 1,001 excuses why they don't do what they do. But guess what? They have to live with that consequence. They have to live with that result until they decide to do something different. So my question to you is this. Why won't you take accountability for your life? Why do you allow this one and that one to convince you that you don't matter? You know, every time when you take the opinion of someone that does not see your worth, you give them one more step of leverage to manipulate you. But guess what? They ain't growing anywhere anyway, because misery loves company. And that is also what we know as a stronghold. We also know that is a soul tie. And you don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So have courage to claim your life. Listen, you wasn't brought on this planet in vain. You have a job to do. No one's going to do it but you. You got that inspiration in your mind that you know that if you trust and invest in yourself, it'll come to light. Well, guess what? You do understand that your dreams, your inspirations are custom tailored for you. But because we have free will, we're the ones that dictate if it will be made in our reality. So what's stopping you? What's that block that's keeping you from being able to fly? That's like being a bird with a string on its foot and you flying around, flapping your wings as much as you can, but you ain't going nowhere. Only thing changing is the months. Only thing changing is you got strong wings to carry you up, but you still don't have the courage to break that line. Why? 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 For those that are waking up and you're in a place of reflection, and for some of you that are in a state where it seems like every time you breathe, your tears want to flow. They want to flow. You're full of regret. You're full of pain. You're full of anguish. Guess what? I'm here to tell you right now. You let that river flow. You cry. Let it out. Let it go. And I'm going to tell you why. Because, see, your higher power sees all, knows all. Because he's omnipotent. He is the great I am. But guess what will come out of that? When you finally take a position that is not of ego. See, a lot of you are in that state of mind that think that the world owes you something. But in return, what you're receiving is not what you want or what you need. And you think that you're cursed. You're not cursed. You're not living your life. That's why when you take the short route, your route is cut short. Why? Because that's not part of who you're supposed to be. That's not part of your destiny. That's why it is very important to fortify your boundaries. See, you can't allow just anybody access to you. It's not being mean. It's just the fact that there are some people that will come into your life to deliberately mess it up, and they will never see your worth. Well, they have an endless supply of deception, of lies. Oh, they're great dream weavers. They'll make you believe whatever you want, but guess what? Only thing changes is the bullshit. But you still stuck. You ready to get up out of there? You ready to step into your life? You ready to take that first step? He's waiting on you. He's waiting on you. But see, here's something I also learned too, which is really sad because, at one time that used to be me too. I actually believe that I was in control of my life. If it came and went, I was in control of it. How wrong I was. How wrong I was. And I had to go through things to humble myself. So I advise anyone that has not experienced this, it is you right now to learn from other people's mistakes. That's what insight is about. That's what wisdom is about. Learn from other people's mistakes. Therefore, that will save you time, effort, and emotion to be guided doing something else. But see, that's crazy because, see, you do understand there's a lot of people that are walking around. You don't even know who the hell you are. You've allowed those in the cheap seats to convince you to act a certain way, to carry yourself in another way, only to have to do the damage control after the fact. Why? You don't see your worth. Each and every one of you, I'm here to tell you, your life matters. You are priceless. And you have an endless supply of support the moment that you make a connection with Him. But you got to make a decision. Who you rolling with? You rolling with the divine? Or you wasting time? Because if you ain't rolling with your divine, who you rolling with? Because guess what? He too has powers. He's a lion in the wait. His whole action is to kill, steal, and destroy. And he's enjoying wrecking your life. That's why it's very important you fortify your boundaries. And just know this. You will never reach or reap the harvest of an investment unless you invest it. Look at the fields out there. You would not see a harvest unless someone took the steps to plant the first seed. But they had to have the faith to do it. It's time that you take that emotional backpack off your shoulders. It is now time to take accountability for each and every action you've made. The worst thing that you can do, as so many has done, is you end up growing, getting older, and the people that should care about you one by one don't want to have nothing to do with you. That's not a life I would wish on my worst enemy, and I don't have enemies. So what I'm here to say to each and every one of you, you got a job to do. And the moment you decide to forgive yourself, forgive those who have wronged you. Because you forgive someone doesn't mean that you have to forget. Learn from the experience. Reflect on why and how you got there. But make sure that your footing is always grounded, always fortified by compassion, empathy, and direction. So this is what I'm asking you, not to sound winded, is you got to take a moment to walk by faith and not by sight. Because I'm going to tell you what, is it working for you right now? You're not doing anything else, so why not? You know, I'll put this in a different perspective. My queens, you know I love you. My kings, I'm riding with you. But you know those emotional baggage that you've been carrying. Some of you been carrying as a child, got abandonment issues, don't have a relationship with your family. And you know what? That's a two-way street too, because you got family members that are toxic. So always discern. The point I want you to understand is this. Those bags, those emotional bags you've been carrying are heavy now, aren't they? So now you need to have the courage to look at what, why, and how. Now you need to own the fact that you are the common denominator, because nothing happens by chance. That's what cause and effect is all about. You've got to own that. So my queens, I say to you this. Until you get tired of being tired, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. And you rightly don't deserve that. You are beautiful in your own right. And here's the ironic part. As long as you keep listening to society and their definition of what beauty is, you are going to always attract what you don't want. That's why I'm trying to save you hassle, time, and emotion. And I tell you, invest in yourself. Stop going out there looking for Mr. Right. You're not going to find him. He ain't out there. Only thing you're going to find is Mr. Right Now. And Mr. Right Now is now going to invest on you. But all what he's going to do is lose track of time because he's in you. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. And that doesn't mean that's showing signs of weakness. That's just showing that you love yourself. It's okay to fall back. Fall back if you have to. But make sure when you fall back in love with yourself first. I'm telling you what you already know. And here's the ironic part. Some of you have this mentality because you have this image like fairy tales that you're the damsel in distress. When in actuality, you're a woman that is really depressed. But here's the kicker about that. Some of you have this mindset that one day my prince is going to come and rescue me from my problems. I'm here to tell you that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because of the fact of one key ingredient. See, those boundaries, those blocks that you're feeling, that pain you're feeling, that ain't nothing but pride and ego. And pride and ego is good for holding you back from your dreams. It's good for wasting your time and investments, especially when it comes to the human dynamic. So you got to account for that. You got to check that because it's not working for you. And when you do, thank you, my angels. See, that's what Mr. Right Now is going to do. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So, I'm here to tell you, from a spiritual man to you, the moment that you decide to ground your feet, make that connection to your higher power, take that first step into claiming your life, your reality will change. Now, there is a trade-off on this. And you need courage. Number one, when you decide to do this, the people in your environment that do not want to see you grow and see you happy, they're going to raise some hell. They do this to keep you confused. Because they know if you accidentally have a glimmer of what you really are about, who you are destined to be, they know that you're going to walk away. And guess what? Rightfully so, because they're the ones that are banking on that. They're the ones that are benefiting from that. Those are the ones that are doing this to you. You got to own it. You got to own it. I know some of you right now are like, you don't understand, Gerald. I really love this man, but he just won't grow with me. You know, it feels like every time I try to talk to him about what he can do to better himself and that'll make us happy. Well, guess what? Number one, you're not his wife. Number two, you're not his mother. And even if you are his wife, guess what? What you're seeing is ego and pride because you don't have the ability to change him. A person will change when they're ready to change. How's it working for you thus far? So if you're giving more energy and it is not being returned, I'm sad to say this, but they don't see your value, they don't see your worth, and they do not deserve to hear you breathe. But I guarantee you this, when you've gotten to that point and you're doing the work, not only will you will feel the love inside you, that you will have your head up high, the tears will dry, but guess what? You will see them in a different light. But I'm going to tell you this, though. This is how the power of love really, really works. For every person that you have shown compassion to, that you've shown empathy to, for every person that you put before you, no matter what, because see, a lot of those people that are benefiting from your hard work and effort, your time and love, see, they don't see the dynamics of the struggle that you're going through. They don't see that because they don't want to see it. Because if they actually saw that, they would have guilt. And a lot of them don't have guilt because a lot of them are disconnected from their heart. Thank you, my angels. Talking about synchronicity. But get to this when I'm telling you this, because I've been talking too much. But I know somebody needed to hear this. I know somebody's teetering right now if they should go or stay. I'm going to hear this. Let me tell you what. At the end of the day, you have to weigh what's best for you. But if the pros do not weigh the cons, you got to ask yourself why you're there. If it seems like value is not exemplified. See, first of all, when a person loves you, you ain't got to ask them to do anything. They're going to do it anyway because they treasure who you are. They're proud to have the ability to watch you grow. And they want to be a part of that because they know you are that flower that's going to bloom. You're going to come into your season. And they want to be a part of that to be able to see the bouquet. They want to be able to smell the fragrance that make you. They want to be able to see the little things that make you, you. Well, that can't come to be until you decide to be you. But as long as you let society confuse you, then you have to make a decision to do this. If you're tired of watching the dollars come out of your pocket on the investments, the moment you decide to redefine who you are, guess what? Watch your paper stack. So, but I gotta tell you, they're gonna be pissed off. So now you gotta make you gotta be courageous, excuse me. Put your boundaries where they need to do, and if you need to walk away, walk the hell away. But don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You keep growing. You keep shining. And after the work is done, two things gonna happen. When you're able to get to that place, emotionally, spiritually, socially, the person that will exemplify being able to walk with you will mirror all of your attributes. You will look, y'all will be just like this. You'll know what love feels like because it comes from you first. So, in other words, what I'm not trying to say shallowly is this. If the person that's in your life, they validate your state of mind. So, in other words, if your disposition is shallow, guess what? They're shallow. If your mannerism is deceptive, guess what? They're deceptive. That's your mirror. That's your taskmaster. They come into your life to either enhance what is properly there or to teach you what not to do. It should not cost you your heart. It should not cost you your health. It should not cost you your emotions. So, you going to see your worth? Are you going to be courageous and claim you? Because listen, my queens, hear what I say. Until you decide to stop playing games with the world, stop playing games with your heart, to stop playing games with your body. Come on now. You got STDs floating around here. It is very important that you protect you. There's only one. That's what makes you priceless, my queens. That goes for you too, my kings. You can't be using that as a bingo dabber thinking that, oh, she's good. Because what you might realize is you mess around and your dad the wrong one. I ain't going to speak that in existence. But that is a telltale sign that that person doesn't respect themselves, because they probably don't love themselves. So if they don't respect or love themselves, how can they respect or love you? You're both doing time in your mind. I love each and every one of you, and I hope that this week is the moment that you step and claim you. He's waiting on you. Humble yourself before him. Because listen, without him would not be no you. And you got a job to do. And I'm going to tell you, the moment you claim you, watch your life be remade new. You deserve it, y'all. You do. So don't worry about those people on cheap seats. They should be lucky they even got to hear you breathe. But trust and believe when I tell you this. When you step into a position of loving yourself, God has a way of doing things. But trust and believe when I say this. Every word that you've said, every act of compassion and empathy given, they will never forget. They will never forget. And hopefully that will give them a position to inspire to also become that. Because trust when I say this, they will get it. It just depends on how much pain they have to go through before it takes root. Protect yourself, y'all. Love yourself first. And always put God first in everything you do. Because you deserve it. So, as I always say, God is praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that helps me discern mine. You're worth it, y'all. No one can fight for you until you decide to fight for yourself. Claim you by claiming your life. It's priceless, man. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. Like, subscribe. I'm also on Google+. If you're going through something or you need some advice, by all means, you can inbox me below, or you can hit me up on Google+. You'll see me. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. And we're halfway through the week, right? Listen, each step brings you closer to yourself. So claim you. Come on now. Come on now. It's time to do the work. It's time to let go of that dead weight. Alright now. You guys stay blessed. Stay protected. And of course, stay you. Bye for now.